So right now I'm just trying to find some teachers because a lot of them have declined or just asked me to come back to their class.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah, shit. I get my weed from California. That's that shit. I took my trip up to the north, yeah. Badass bitch. I get my light right from the source, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And I see you.
Hey crew, it's Nsights of CNB and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'll be helping students go from a failing grade to a passing grade. So without further ado, let's continue. This week, I went around asking teachers why they think students fail. Most of the teachers either did not want to be put on camera, were too busy, or only had time to give a written input. Here's what the teachers I did film have to say.
Well, I think the main reason why they fail is because they just don't put the work and effort into the assignments and the studying. So basically, they're lazy.
The number one reason I think that students fail is preparation. Preparing yourself mentally and physically for whatever the task is at hand. And then time management. What type of time and effort am I putting into whatever that task is to be done? And I think those are the main two reasons.
Many of the teachers that I didn't film had similar answers, such as students not wanting to do their work, just not asking for help, or just being unprepared. So I did my own research and found some ways to help students out. So here are some tips that will help you limit your stress in school and pass. So first, you need to know what classes you're failing in. So I say this because if you don't know what class you're failing in or want to improve in, there's no way you can even help yourself out or start to go up more. So next, after you find out what class you're failing in or need to improve in, go to that teacher and ask them what you need to do to get extra help, whether even that means staying after tutoring. So next, you need to figure out your learning style, whether it's visual, which means learning by seeing, auditory, which means learning by hearing, reading or writing, which basically means learning by reading or writing, or kinesthetic, which means learning by doing. So after that, you need to, if you don't understand anything in class, don't be afraid to ask for help. And this means either raising your hand in class or just staying behind after your period is over and asking your teacher for help. So I did not like to ask for help when I was younger and when I did not like my grades how they were. So that really helped me out because this can really, I think actually asking for help really is what helped me out the most. Next, you need to do all of your homework. So once teachers are seeing that you're doing all of your homework and they see that you are trying, then 9 times out of 10, they will most likely help you out, even if that means giving you a chance to do extra credit assignments. So next, try not to take on too much work at one time. So you basically need to get a planner and just jot down the things you need to do each week. So basically this means you need to set apart and not make sure you're taking on too much work at one time. So I do this a lot, but I found ways to help me out, whether this means like spending less time watching TV and finding more time to do my homework. So yeah. Next, you need to make a study routine. So this kind of goes back to jotting down what you need to do in your planner. So making a study routine, basically all you need to do is figure out what best suits you and how you need to perform better in your study routine. So after that, you need to take many notes in class. And I do this, I often draw a lot when I'm taking my notes because I'm a visual and auditory learner. So this means that when I'm learning something, I actually need to see it happen, and I am also a kinesthetic learner, so this means I need to do things to learn. So I often draw in my notebook, and yeah, that helps me out because it makes me remember things also. And then take breaks in class. Like when you're doing your work, don't take too many breaks, but like try to find a balance between what you need to do. So don't overwork yourself because that's really not gonna help you out that much. It might help your grades out, but it's not gonna help you out mentally because one person can do this, but if you overstress yourself, you don't know your limits. So just try to find a balance between working and overworking. Next, I have at least, alright, so next, just find a study buddy in class. In every class, I have at least one person I can count on, one of my peers I can count on to help me with my assignment if I don't understand it. So your study buddy does not have to be the person in your same period. They can be a person who just takes the same class as you, and you can just see them. If you see them at lunch, if you see them walking down the hallway, you can just say, hey, I need some help. Do you want to work together to figure this out? And yeah, that's basically what I do if I don't understand anything. Or you can just like reach out to them different ways. Next, you need to avoid procrastinating. So don't wait too long to do your assignments, because I know procrastinating is like, it's one of the things that I have to try to let go of, because procrastinating, I feel like it's like a setback, but you just have to figure out how to just work everything together and make it just come together, if you know what I'm saying. Like, don't just spend time doing this one time. Like, don't wait till the end to do an assignment, basically, or do anything. Next, you need to find a way to remember all of your work without just forgetting it, because that can really mess you up, and mess me up too sometimes, just forgetting what I just learned. So I use Quizlet. That really helps me out. So Quizlet has this thing where you can match the you know what I'm talking about. So basically you just match the words that go together, or the test. You can take the test, or you can do the flashcards. And they also have this little game, and also some other websites that I often use are Blookit and Khan Academy. But I don't really, it's like Khan Academy, it sometimes gets on my nerves a little bit, so I stick to Quizlet most of the time. Like, Quizlet is one of the main things that help me out when I need to learn something that I don't understand, or that I need to know really quickly, and it helps me remember it more often. And I know people be like, how do you remember this stuff, like a vocabulary word on assignment? I remember it because of Quizlet. That's the truth. Next, you need to get a great sleeping schedule. I don't even wanna. Sleeping, oh my gosh. Like, I be up watching Netflix. I be up just doing work. I don't know. You just need a great sleeping schedule, because I go to sleep like around 10 o'clock maybe. I need to back that up a little bit, because I also have to catch the bus. But you need to find a great sleeping schedule, because I don't like being sleepy at school or at home. So just find a good sleeping schedule that suits you the most, whether you need to watch less Netflix or watch less YouTube or anything like that, or TikTok. I know that's the main one. But yeah, you just need a good sleeping schedule, honestly. Next, you need to between your classes, I know some teachers, they don't let you eat in their class, but most of my teachers, they most of them, they let me eat in my class. So I'll bring stuff like nuts to eat in school, or healthy snacks. I chew gum sometimes in class, because that really helps keep me up sometimes if I'm sleepy, or it just keeps me like awake. And also, when you're eating snacks throughout the day, it helps your brain be more healthy and productive until it's time for lunch. And you need to eat breakfast also. I know some people don't have time to eat breakfast if they're catching the bus or something, but my school provides free breakfast and lunch. So like, if you can't make breakfast at home, try to get it at school, because I know eating when you're hungry at school, it shows, because like it'll really distract you from learning if you're just hungry at school all day. So just try to find a way to pack some snacks or eat before you go to school. All right. Next, you need to take breaks from school. Like, set a boundary between at school what you do and at home what you do, because if you combine, like, it's okay to combine school and at home. Like, when you're telling someone new like what's going on, or like telling your parent what you're learning, but like try to find a way to find a balance between what you do at school and what you do at home, because you don't want to let your school life affect what you do personally outside of school. Because I don't want to stress most of the time when I'm at home and when I'm at school. So I try to find a balance between what I need to get done at school and what I need to get done at home, basically. Because I know some of us have chores to do, some of us have younger siblings, and some of us just want to find time beyond your school to relax. So you need to set a boundary between what you do at school and what you do at home. So next, you need to not let one grade define what you do. So let's just say you completely bomb a test. So it's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world, okay? So don't let that one grade define what you can do, because one grades can really humble you, honestly. Like, one bad grade can make you think, like, what am I doing? It can help you out in the long run and actually make you think, like, what do you need to do to prepare more, and also take time out to honestly know what you're doing. Next, you need to know that grades are just a small part of what you really need to do to pass. So if you have a negative mindset, it's sad to say, but if you have a negative mindset on how you want to do something, anything in life, you can ruin your chance of just trying. Like, because let's just say, let me give you an example. So I go to school and I have this big test coming up, and it affects one of my biggest grades. So if I just say I'm gonna fail this test, then next I fail the test, I'll be like, how did I fail this test? It's because you didn't have that mindset saying, I'm gonna pass this test, I'm gonna pass this test. I mean, if you studied the assignment and if you feel like you know it, then don't just go in saying you're gonna fail it, because that can really have a negative impact on what you do and how you perform. So just try to keep it positive and try to, if you know what you're doing, just don't bring anything negative into it. Just keep it all positive. Next, don't compare yourself to other students. I know this is a hard thing that I had to get over, but once I stopped comparing myself to other students, I actually found more peace when going to school. Like, school is so much easier to me now. Like, honestly, I rarely stress over school because of this main thing, not comparing myself to students. Because, like, at the end of the day, we all have different paths that we want to take, and if they want to go above and beyond, because sometimes I go above and beyond, but if they want to go above and beyond to get the best grade they can, that doesn't mean you can't, but that doesn't mean you should just compare yourself and be like, I'm just this bad student, I don't know what I'm doing, and look at them, what am I going to be in life, what are they going to be in life? Don't compare yourself, because that can really mess you up. So just try to limit the comparing. It's good to compare, like, when you're looking at, like, what I can do with the work. Like, when you don't compare yourself negatively to, like, what you're doing. So basically what I'm saying is, when you see a student overshining you, try to see what they're doing. Like, instead of comparing yourself, try to lean more towards asking them what they are doing to prepare, and that can help you out more, instead of just saying, oh, they're this and I'm not that. Okay? Lastly, relax, remember to breathe, and be open-minded to finding new ways to help you do better. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, peace out, crew.